Sam, talk to me. Another win, another solid performance. Not blowing teams away, but just winning in style. How impressed are you right now with this team today and in general?
I mean, I disagree with Tom and G, to be honest with you. More so Tom, because he loves to do revisionism on Jurgen Klopp. I mean, we were literally top of the league last season in March, never mind in October, destroying teams left, right, and center. Only game we lost was the Spurs robbery. So we were very good as well last season. So let's not disrespect the greatest modern era Liverpool manager we've seen to prop up the new guy. Look, I think today we were a bit too defensive. As much as clean sheets are amazing and you know we didn't concede a goal, I love that, but I feel like we went too defensive too soon. Leipzig were there for the taking. I think we win this game under Jurgen Klopp. We win it probably 4-0 instead of 1-0. You know,
3-1.
Possibly 4-1. Possibly 4-1.
Yeah, possibly 3-1 last season. It was always 3-1.
Yeah, but anyway, regardless, I think we went defensive too soon. You know, we went way too defensive way too soon. I think Leipzig were there for the taking. We could have scored, goals today. And Gakpo's shot in the 88th minute, where he kind of dribbled past someone and shot. I'm like, bro, like we could have really won this game. Could have slapped up Leipzig, sent a message. I'm not upset because obviously we won. There is no reason for me to be upset. But I feel like we went defensive way too soon. We took off Trent for Gomez, which is a defensive substitution. Took off Robertson, took off Tsimikas for Robertson. Took off Mo, took off Nunez, who I thought were our two best forwards. I feel like we went a bit too early. We went a bit too early, too defensive. You know, that's the thing that and it's not like we're playing with all due respect to Leipzig, of course. It's not like we're playing a tough opposition. I think we could have slapped them up even today. G is 100% right regarding our rhythm. I feel like as soon as we took off Mo, our rhythm just fell off a little bit. And Nunez as well. We have to give credit today. He was very good. When those two came off, the rhythm went. I'm loving McAllister and Gravenberg. Szoboszlai, I think that my eyeballs fall off anytime he's in the final third, because I don't think there is any explaining how your number 10 is probably the worst footballer technically on the whole pitch, including Kelleher. Every time we're in the final third and we need Szoboszlai to make a good pass, good delivery, something like that, he's just not capable of doing it. And he himself said it publicly. This is not a Hussam is negative. Szoboszlai said it publicly himself. He said you should get more GA. Arne Slot said it publicly about Szoboszlai, should get more GA. But 9 points from 9, so there is nothing to complain about. The only thing about today's performance is I just felt like we just did it too early. That's it. So that's the only criticism. I just wish we waited just 10 more minutes, get the second first, ice the game up, and then you could go a bit more defensive. Because I felt like Leipzig were there for the taking. Our offside trap is amazing. We caught Openda offside about 4 different times. And every time he was like a yard offside minimum. So that's a good thing for us. But yeah, I'm very happy we won the game. 9 points from 9. And this sets us up nicely for the game this Sunday.
I mean, I think you're being quite harsh there, Hassam. I think Leipzig are a team that deserve a lot of respect going forward. And part of the reason why I think we were defensive in nature was because of the threat they posed on the break and in transition. I mean, even they didn't score today, but that Openda had 2 offside goals, which if we're not more structured, he could have timed his run better. The situation could have been different. Their attack looked bad today because we nullified them. And I'm not knocking what Jurgen Klopp achieved at the football club. I'm not trying to do that. I'm looking at the cold hard.
You are, because you said we wouldn't have won the game.
I don't think we would have last year. And my basic numbers are this.
Same exact game today.
This same exact game today. I think we can see them too. Hassam.
Every time we attacked, Leipzig's defense were trembling. Come on now.
Yes, but our defense looks so solid because of the way that we play. You're banking on no. Because Hassam, your point, it's very easy. Your point is this: we would kill them attacking wise last year on the Jurgen Klopp. I agree. I'd create more chances. We'd also miss more chances. Golaski had a hell of a game today. He had a hell of a game today. On another day with the keeper that's not playing a blinder, we win 3-0 anyway. My point is, I would rather we win 1-0 and not try and not concede, because last year I felt that the defence let us down in a number of competitions. Do you know how many games it took us to get 7 clean sheets last season in all competitions?
I don't know, and that doesn't matter anyway.
22. 22.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, Tom.
No, but you can't have both.
All I said was we went defensive too early. That's it.
But we went defensive.
Which minute did Joe Gomez and the 3 subs come on? Which minute? Was it 65th?
70th, I think.
Yeah, but that's way too early against Leipzig.
Because you asked for another 10 minutes, which then would mean that we're keeping Trent on and Nunes on. Bear in mind, we haven't even got a striker backup. We're keeping both of them on for an extra 10 minutes. I understand why Arne Slot done what he done. There's no need to leave them on if you're comfortable in the game and you've got a massive game coming up at the weekend. That's why
we won the game, so it worked. That's why I'm saying I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we did it too early. That's it. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like we could have scored the second and the third and destroyed them, but I'm glad we won. Obviously, I'm very happy we won, and the clean sheet is very good because this builds up defensive. Like what you're saying regarding the defending, I'm not against, Tom. I'm just saying we did it a bit too early.
Was Slot just not planning for the upcoming game in the Prem?
100%. That today was like one of the first times I've seen him take Salah off, especially that early. Because he knows what's coming up at the weekend. Massive game at the weekend. Trent came off. Massive game at the weekend. I'm pretty sure if he had the options, McAllister wouldn't have stayed on the pitch for 90. But we have no other forward options, so McAllister kind of has to stay there at the minute.
You're so good today, McAllister, as well.
Oh, brilliant! But it's down to the fact that imagine today we leave players on, we leave Nunes on to try and get that second, and then all of a sudden he gets clattered into by Luke Haber, and then he's out for the weekend, and we have no striker for the weekend. Then we're all sitting there going, why didn't he take him off? The game was done. This, that, I like this.
Yeah, you're going for the worst case scenario.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I don't think it's about the worst case scenario, Sam. Firstly, look, I know you want to defend Klopp. Klopp's a legend of your club, but your new manager that you would slot out the day that he signed has just completed a record that, no disrespect, not even Paisley and Shankly ever did. And that's no disrespect to anyone in your history. I think people praising the way you're playing is absolutely warranted. But equally, the keeper did make some great saves, and it left it at 1-0. However, you still have to game manage at times. Although you do want that second and that third, and you don't want to take the risks in games, this is where football seasons are the chess match. There are times where your manager will rotate in a game where you as a fan don't want him to because you want the 3 points, but he knows what he's got coming up. There are times where you might not have that insurance policy in a game, but he's still got to rotate because you've got so much football coming up. And although we get a break as fans from the Premier League, none of the fucking players do. They go into international football and keep playing. Like, the amount of games these players are going to play this year is crazy. And there are times where all of our clubs and all of our managers have to go, it's not quite the scoreline we wanted because that fucking goalkeeper's gone and pulled off 3 or 4 great saves. But I've still got to make those changes because I have to think about the bigger picture. So I get where you're coming from. I think sometimes as football fans, we get so focused on the individual game, we're not thinking. The manager can't just think about that game. He has to think about others at the same time when it comes to squad rotations, substitutions, etc. I remember there were times where your manager kept players on too long in Champions League games or started them when you guys didn't think you needed to. Jota did it once and then got injured and everybody was getting mad that he was out for 3 months. And again, I remember that because I cover every single Liverpool game. So I'll be honest with you, Sam, you're a lovely bloke, but I think you're being negative for negative sake because you're a bit embarrassed because Slots made you look silly. I'm just saying.
First of all, as soon as like literally 2 weeks into this thing, I said, listen, I'm backing Arne Slot. So that was just an emotional reaction. We've already explained it 100 times. That was an emotional reaction at the time because I wanted Xabi Alonso and he said no, and then Amarim said no. Then this random guy came here and like, who the hell is this?
Caicedo said no, Lavi. You've been rejected a lot, bruv, innit?
Yeah, we have been rejected a lot. So yeah, that's why
you told us on social media you were getting married like a year ago. I still see no ring. Man's getting rejected everywhere. It's crazy.
No woman in Jordan will reject me. Don't worry about that. That's fine. I'm good.
You notice how he specified just Jordan, though. He ain't too confident outside of the perimeter.
Depends
I'm
where.
joking. I'm only joking.